Hello, welcome back to session 7 of my math lessons. So today we'll be exploring percentages of a number. So, like I've said before, I like finding quirks in math that I could use common sense to the side of it and combine those two to make my problem solving even easier. A person that likes to add a lot of common sense to math. If you are not a person that likes common sense to math and likes doing things more structured, this could be an alternative. And if you like using a lot of common sense in everything you do, like me, you can use this technique to grasp this concept well. It's a concept that I like using, and it's something I like implementing to a lot of things, which is what I'm going to explain after this. So we are trying to find 34% of 87. When I'm trying to find a percentage of a number, I like to ask myself, what number do we want to find the percent to? That is a very easy answer, as it's right here in front of us, 87. So you want to find 34% of 87. And to that, I like to ask myself a even deeper question. And it makes it quite easy, and I'm going to show you how. I like to ask myself, instead of the percentage that is being asked, what is 1% of that number? So let's clear our board, as I'm going to explain. So we write down, what is 1% of 87? So what is 1% of 87? With this, we can find the concept of what is a percent. A percent is something over 100. So if we want to know 1%, we see that 87 takes up the places of the tens and the ones. So it is implied that the decimal point is right here. So if we're trying to find something out of 100, we would shift the decimal 2 times. So we would shift 2 times. So it would equal to 0.87, which is 1% of 87. So again, 1% of 87 is 0.87. You can clarify this by multiplying what you found as 1% by 100, and if it equals what you started out with, or the number that you want to find the total percentage of, then you have the right answer. But usually it is quite easy to find, as you only have to shift 2 places to the left if you want to find 1% of something. So you would shift the decimal point 2 places to the left again. So now we found that 1% of 87 equals 0.87. So 0.87 equals to 87. So now we can implement the aspect of the equation in which we find what is 34% of 87. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's clear up our board so we have more space. So we would do that, since we already know what 1% is, we would do that by multiplying 34%, which is the total amount we want, the total amount in percentage that we want to find from 87, times 0.87, which is 1% of 87. So we do this and then we multiply normally. So 7 times 4 is 28. It's 28. We add the 2 over here. And then 7 times 3 is 21 plus 2 equals to 23. And then 8 times 4 equals to 2 times 8, which is 16 plus 16, and 16 plus 16 is 32. So we add that 2 right here, that 3 over here. And then we do 8 times 3, which equals to 16 plus 8, which is 24. So we add a 4 here and a 2 here. And then we solve down and add all of these numbers. So we put down an 8 right here. So 3 and 2 is 5. 3 plus 2 plus 4 equals to 9. And 2, we just bring it down. Okay, so, and then we see that we have, when we're multiplying with decimals, we see the special places that the decimal takes up. So there's 2 decimal points right here. So we would shift the decimal point from being here to being here, and that's how we get our answer. So we finally got out of that equation, we got out of that multiplication, we got 29.58. So that is 34 times 1% of 87. So equals to 34% of 87. Again, this is kind of like a common sense aspect using to find out the total amount. So you just find 1% of the number that you want to find the total percentage of, and then you multiply by the percent that you want to find from it. So again, 29.58 is 34% of 87. And if you want if you want to see if the answer is correct, you would just divide this by 34, and then after dividing what you got as your answer by the percentage you wanted to find of the number, you would multiply it times the number that you want to find